Yo, yo,
Hola, how you doing?
doing well, doing great. How's everything on your side on your side of town?
Everything is good. We moving and shaking.
As you should. How did the weekend go?
Dang, what I do this weekend? This weekend was very jam-packed with family, so that was really nice. Um, Went to this like aquarium. It's called the Camden Aquarium in New Jersey. It's really, really, really cool. Very big. We took my daughter, but we really took me because I had a great time.
I heard
Had
that.
a great time.
That's dope. You said it was it's the Camden Aquarium. That's what you said.
Yeah, it's the Camden Aquarium. And so, like, Camden is a very, it's a little tough space in Jersey. So, the fact that they have this really nice aquarium, right? It's like on the waterfront, right across from Philly or like Pennsylvania. Nah, Philly. I'll say Philly.
No, I was just about to ask that because I've heard not too many great things about. Well, I guess I haven't heard too many great things about Camden, but I just heard that it's definitely a tough area for sure.
Nah, definitely.
What you call this from Camden? I don't know if you know him or not. Dewan Wagner. He played in the league. I
um,
think he played in the league for a little bit. He played for who did he play for? I think he played for the Cavs. But he ended up man, what happened to him? I think he had like an injury or whatnot, so he stopped playing. But his son is pretty good, so I just want to add that in there. Yeah, he's from Camden.
okay,
Camden.
that's what's up.
Uh yeah, going on this weekend. This weekend was pretty cool. I kind of scaled back a bit. Normally, it's like to put the pedal to the metal over the weekend, but I just pretty much came back, got done everything I was supposed to be done. It's interesting because on Sundays, I like to use Sundays to prepare for the week and get everything done ahead of time so I can go right into the week and be ready for the activities. And normally I don't prepare to like, I'll be procrastinating, so I usually wait till like to the evening if I say, all right, there's nothing else on TV to watch and nothing else to do, so let me finally get ready for the weekend. But like, no, I was very proactive, man. I got everything done that I want to get done probably at the beginning of the day. So the rest of my Sunday, I was like, well, shit, what else is there to do? Because I'd already prepared for the week already. So I was pretty happy to get things done ahead of time. Yeah, man, that's how my weekend went. What's up, the Notary Giant? Greetings from Chris NYC. What up? What up?
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, out there.
It's cold, boy. It's cold. It's cold. That's why you say
You're,
crisp. It's crisp. It's like 45, 47. Like, it's cold.
yeah, I feel bad for y'all East Coast folks. I can't do that. I can't do that weather, man. Nah, I can complain about California and how expensive it is, but I take that over that blizzard y'all get every year. I'm cool.
The ice box.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'll pass. I'll pass. Let's get right into it. Today's topic. I should have watched the course, y'all. I played myself. So I remember last week, and I was pretty excited because I finally had the opportunity to book my first wedding. It came through Thumbtack. So in this situation, obviously, I didn't watch the course, right? So I went to Selena. Shout out to Selena, Wedding Fishing Academy. I pretty much just leaned on her on pretty much on everything what needs to be done. So she ended up talking to the lady I was supposed to get married, and we got some good feedback. She said she was going to end up rolling with us. Okay, great. So me not being on top of my game, I already had other appointments that I had going on during the week. So I kind of shifted my attention towards these other appointments as opposed to just focusing on this wedding. So I want to say, what was that? I said we had an episode on Tuesday. I followed up with the lady. I want to say this past Friday. This past Friday, I followed up with her to find out if we're going to get things rolling or whatnot. So I ended up calling the lady. And I just want to follow with you, let you know I'll be the person that'll be officiating your wedding this Saturday. Just following up to see if we can schedule a meeting. Just wanted to talk to you and your husband, get to know you guys, and see how we get this thing started, right? So she ended up she when I called her, she didn't answer the phone, and she ended up calling me back. She was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I appreciate you for giving me a call. I just want to let you know that we ended up going. She said she had some misconceptions about how the whole process went. I'm assuming. Um, and then she said she ended up finding someone that was cheaper, and so she ended up going in a different direction. So right then and there, I was like, damn, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Because I was under the impression when you talked to Selena, everything sounded good. You found what you was looking for, but then I get up following up with you to schedule to sit down so we can get the process started. You say you end up going in a different direction. And so one of my takeaways from that was one, I should have followed up like with Selena, like right after, like when soon as Selena told me that it was good to go, I should already been more prepared. I should already have the contracts ready. I
Yep.
should have had the Zoom call already scheduled, already set to go. But because I waited those 2 to 3 extra days in the meantime, I didn't. The wedding ended up slipping through my hands. So in a situation like this, if it's like your first time around, it's easily. I mean, it could be so easy to place blame on everybody else. You could, oh, I could blame Selena, or I could blame so and so, I could blame the client. But in this situation, I had nobody else to blame but myself. Why? Because I wasn't proactive. I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't watch Sierra's course like I should have. I didn't follow up with Selena like I should have to get the fine details and just to clear what was the misunderstanding about the conversation she had with her. So as a result, I lost the wedding. Now the lesson in that is one, I know how to be much more prepared next time. I'm gonna have the contract ready. So this time, I actually do have the contract. So for
There
the
we go.
next one,
Come on, contracts.
right. So for the next one if I have, I'm pretty confident that the opportunity will present itself next time around. But the next time around, when I sit down and talk to the person that's getting ready to get married, and we come to agreement that I'm the person that you want to officiate your wedding, you agree to the price, you are gonna get that contract emailed to you in like less than 30 seconds after you get off the phone. So
Yeah.
that was a yeah, it was like so I wasn't like down about it because I know the opportunity will come back around. I have some other appointments that's gonna that I filled for the week, but I was a little disappointed because I wanted to really be able to officiate this wedding and be able to come on here today and tell y'all about my experience. But because I wasn't proactive and I wasn't on top of my game, I got to hold that L. So it's a lesson in everything. But yeah, I should have watched the course because if I would have watched your course first, which I should have did, because I'm one of those kind of people where I understand the point of the course, but I'm one of those kind of people where I want to actually do it. Like if I
Hmm.
just like if I sit down and try to like watch the course, which I can do, I get bored very easily, and my attention span just goes off. So I'm one of those kind of people like, yo, I want to actually be able to do this and just make the mistakes while I do it, as opposed to just, all right, let me learn this information, and then once I feel a little bit confident in myself, then go out and do it. So yeah, y'all, I should have watched the course. I should have took an hour of my time, let Sierra teach me, write down my notes, and then once that wedding presented itself, I could have been prepared for that moment. So yeah.
See, that's interesting. You just gave me an idea. I think I'm definitely going to put out a like 2.0 for that because that definitely gives you like the basics, but I think what you're referring to is like those kind of like fine details that people overlook, especially when you're like a notary offering officiant services. You just look at it as another like service that you're offering, like a power of attorney or this or that.
Hmm.
When you operate in a wedding space, it's like it's a little bit different, and contracts really help you. One, it helps you like lock in that price. So the same thing, getting paid first, however you do it, it helps you lock in that price. Two, it really helps you protect your time. So like in the notary business, you can't really protect your time. Once you get to that signing table, if it take a half an hour, good for you, you got through. If it take an hour and a half, that sucks, you don't get paid no more money. But with weddings and in your contract, it's not the same. So even I had Norman hit me up this weekend. He had a wedding. Shout out to Norman. He's been kicking up, man. I'm so proud of him. It's crazy. I'm so proud of him. He done started a whole like officiant Instagram. He's been getting booked on Thumbtack. He's been creating content, and to think that I called him like, hey, do you want to officiate a wedding? And he was my first outsource, and to see him going out and flying, that's just super dope. So
Facts.
shout out to Norman, but he also texted me when his couple was over an hour late. And now he's sitting in the park waiting for the couple to come. So, before that, we were talking about whether, he had his contract and he didn't get it done in time because he didn't prioritize it either. But after, when we were talking, he wished that he did. So it's like at your discretion. If you want to, follow through on your contract, if you write in that if a couple is, I don't know, 30 minutes late, it's an extra $50, 15 minutes late, it's an extra $30. Like, people have different, you put in whatever you want. You value your time wherever you value your time, but you're protecting yourself at that. So if you choose to enforce it or let it slide, you know what I'm saying? You just have more autonomy over your time and how much you want your time to, like, cost. So definitely do the contract, man. The contract's important. Shout out to the Wedding Officiant Academy. We actually have our contracts and consultations with confidence class next week, next
Mm.
Wednesday at 7. And we're doing a dope Halloween special. Use code TREAT, get $5 off. So the class is only $9.97. And you're about to learn all the things, that those little intricacies that help you book more appointments quicker, help you not lose out on money when there's delayed, start process, makes you look more professional when you're working with couples, builds trust, and then we're going through everything about booking those consultations. So you probably would have, you need to come to our class. That sounds like you
Yeah,
needed our class last week.
yeah, yeah. I definitely should have been in attendance because I for sure dropped the ball. I dropped the ball. I fumbled it. I fumbled the bag for sure. But yeah, man. It was like I said, it's a lesson in everything, right? So I didn't beat myself up too bad. Beat myself up too much about it. I just thought to myself, I was like, well, I could, in moments like this too, you got to be willing to give yourself grace as well.
Yep.
So a
Yep.
moment, so like that in that instance, I was like, man, I wish I would have been a little bit more prepared, but I'm not gonna beat myself up about it because it's my first time around. And so again, yeah, it was a complete learning process in general. So I know this time around, the next one I book, I'm definitely gonna be much more prepared. Definitely gonna watch the course and definitely going to lean on my resources as well. I think that's another important aspect as well once
Yeah.
you're embarking on a new service or a new venture, whatever that you want to get into. It's important to have if you have people that could be like a resource to you, like within that space, like utilize those individuals because more times than not, they want to help you. Just from my experience, just being with you and then Selena and everybody else that may be offering a service that I want to particularly offer. I tend to lean on those resources because one, I don't know anything about that space. So I want to be as well informed and as well prepared as possible. So when the opportunity does present itself, I'm much more confident in for that opportunity and prepared to close it. So yeah, lean on the resources is something I'm gonna start doing more of. I think that's like a man thing. I don't know if that's something women do. I know a lot of women tend to lean on their resources. Like women have no problem with reaching out for help. I don't know, but I don't know. It's something about men. I speak for myself. I'm one of those kind of people. Like I be feeling like I could take over the world and I could just figure these things out. But when you try to do things by yourself, you try to figure it out by yourself, it takes a little bit longer.
Hmm.
And I'm at a point in my life where I don't really have time to waste. So if I don't know something in particular, I'm gonna go to the people that actually know it. That way I can get the right information. Then I know what I need to do and what I need to focus on at that point in time. So yeah, I need to. As a matter of fact, I need to click on that link right now because I need to be in there. When is the consultation?
The class is on next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Use code TREAT, get your $5 off.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm in there. She said, "Does anyone hear a crackling sound?" No. I don't think I hear any crackling sounds. I'm not making any popcorn or nothing. So,
No, I think we're fine. You're just having a little bit of feedback. I don't know where your
oh,
microphone's at.
she's AirPod. Oh, she said it stopped. Thanks. Okay, it may have been me. Who knows? But yeah, I should have watched the course. I should have watched the course. So from now on, if it's If it's like an I-9 signing, I'm buying the course for that before I take on the signing. If it's a wedding, definitely gonna watch the officially ordained course. Anything that, like I said, any new venture that I'm taking on moving forward, I need to watch the course. I need to ask questions, and I want to be on top of my game. So obviously, you can't expect everyone to do it for you. No one, I mean, you can't expect folks to hold your hand throughout the process, but you want to at least do your due diligence, which I should have did. Because me, I'm over here just totally relying on Selena, and Selena got her own stuff going on, you know. So that didn't make sense for me to just be totally relying on her, and then I wait to 2 to 3 days later, and I end up losing the deal. So that was my fault. So I got to hold that one. But that's the beauty of the show, right? Leveraging your L's. As my guy Irv would say, my F up is your come up. So so learn from my mistakes. Like I said, if you learn something, if you like say got a new service that you're about to take on, get the information first on how to actually perform that service, and then lean on your resources first before accepting that appointment or accepting the signing, wherever the case may be. So, but yeah, that was my L. Oh, I know I got another L. And speaking of L's, she's still in. Shout out to D. D is in the room. Shout out to New York. She's been closing a bunch of apostille deals. I've been blowing them. I mean, man, I've been dropping the ball in the apostilles, y'all. It seems like it's crazy because it's it's not like when you get a notice like a signing right, but it's like a power of attorney or advanced healthcare directive or a loan signing. You pretty much know what to expect when you get those phone calls. Like for example, if I get a call for a power of attorney, all right, are you guys? Because there are some particular power of attorney documents where there's a witness that has to be required. So I already know, like, just from my experience of being in those situations, I know what questions to ask. I know how to, I know what questions to ask. I know what to be sure of, and all that. Going into the appointment, what to charge for it or whatnot, right? But it seems like every time I get a call for an apostille, it seems like it's no one call is the same, right? So I may get a call for a birth certificate, and I may know how to. I'm like the first time around, I knew how to handle it. In regards to how to get a certified copy of a birth certificate, how to confirm if the county clerk's signature is on the bottom of the document, this and that, right? But then I may get a different phone call for a particular document that needs to be apostilled, or it may need to be translated. And so, in some situations like that, I've dropped the ball because I have not necessarily known what to do. So that's another thing that's been really annoying as of late. As I get these opportunities, I get these phone. I don't really get too many phone calls for apostilles. I just think because of the area that I live in. But when I do get those phone calls, man, I've been dropping the ball. So it's been very frustrating. I definitely love to hear anyone's feedback if they've been having some success with closing the apostilles, and I could definitely use some words of encouragement. And apologies if y'all can hear my dog in the background. He never shuts up.
No, that's funny. Is that Paris?
Nah, that's Joey. That's the big one. Yeah, Joey.
Oh,
It's funny because when he stands up, he's on my shoulder. And I'm about 6'4",
oof.
so his paws
Yeah.
like to my shoulder. So yeah, he's a big dog.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I could use some words of encouragement because that's been really annoying, dropping those apostille deals. And I know apostille, those would be high ticket appointments, especially if you have more than one document. I would assume, depending on where you're at and what you could charge for the service. Yeah, those have been really annoying, dropping the ball on those.
Yeah, I ain't got no words of encouragement for you. Oh, on the side of apostilles, I ain't got none. I'm sorry.
That's funny. I thought
But
you
what
had
I
some
will
words of
say,
wisdom for me.
yes, yes. But I will say no, apostilles definitely, it definitely has a potential. That's a great niche to get into. If you do want to learn, not you specifically, but you too. But if anybody want to learn about apostilles, I would say definitely Cam or Ty. I learned from Ty. She like dominates here in my area. I don't particularly care to do them because I'm like you. I kind of dropped the ball with those too because there's a lot more detailed information
Yeah,
that you need to take in order to give them the right process, the right price, and the right time for their documents to get back and stuff. So I feel like you definitely get into a specialty when you get into apostilles, but I would definitely go to those two in order to learn because, they know their stuff. It ain't for me though.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I see some, because I'm one of those kind of people. Like, if I see someone post like they screenshots or someone like they didn't close the deal, and like one of my guy, like my guy Winston, he had did an apostille where I think he made like 1,500. So when you see
That's
something
crazy.
like that, I was like, man, that's something I want to get into. But then when you get into it, apostilles, I mean, it seems like it's you wouldn't think it'd be so complex, but it really can be complex when it comes to particular documents. Like, if it's like a document that needs to be notarized and I know it needs to be apostille, okay, I can handle that, like a power of attorney. But if it's like, let's say, like I had got a request for a birth certificate, and I was like very confused. I'm like, okay, what the hell do I do? And so like, it is like so. I was like in that situation. I was like, all right, what do I do here? Because I know, because I have an apostille training course that I've taken before, and I'm trying to lean on that, but I don't know something. I don't know if it's not clicking or something that I'm doing is wrong. So when I ended up doing from that, yeah, I don't feel like it's that hard, but it's just for some reason I'm dropping the ball on on those deals. So here's something that I've done. So for the next call, so for the next time around, I'm confident I'm gonna be able to close this deal. So what I did for the next time around is I created like a what is called like a almost like a pre-screen inquiry. The same thing I would do is like for a notary, just asking if they got ID, if you got the document, this, that, right? So I pretty much just took that same process and I'm doing that for apostilles moving forward. So after the last call that I got, after the last call I dropped it. I was like, you know what? I'm not dropping the ball again. So what I ended up doing was I ended up just creating a pre-screen inquiry, and I just created like a list of like questions to ask, and it's probably like 7 questions that I can really just focus on asking. So that way I can get clear answers, and I can kind of get a sense of what needs to be done. That way I can close some of those deals moving forward. I can
Yeah.
come on here on LYL and talk about how I did it. So yeah, so when you make we taking a couple losses, you just gotta adjust. You just gotta find out what you did wrong. Let's get that down on paper, a plan of action. Let's execute this on the next time around. Let's see. I got one. Do you know how to pay for a apostille consult? Um, I'm assuming you're talking about paying for a consultation for apostille. I think you said you are overthinking it. Yeah, I think I am overthinking it. When you're taking L's, you're always overthinking.
Facts. Oh my gosh, yes.
That's a fact. Yeah, when you taking L's, you definitely
You started
overthink it a
thinking,
lot.
overthinking everything.
Right? Is it me? Is it something that I
Right.
said? Is it the way I look? Did I offend the client? Like you just thinking of every little thing, right? So yeah, it's definitely easy to overthink, but it's also important to keep things in its proper perspective as well. Let me bring the good brother up here real quick because he raised his hand to speak. Notary Giant, you look
Good
like you would pop
afternoon
out
from New York
17 in
City.
real life.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. My name is Oswald with the Notary Giant Professional Service Corporation here in New York City. Rafael,
With
Rafael.
Nathaniel.
Rafael. Okay, your problem is you're overthinking it because it's not that hard. It's the simplest things. As long as you ask where is the destination of the documents going to,
Hmm.
and knowing how to go about, because it's only but you notarizing one, you taking it to your county clerk two, and you taking it to the secretary of state three. It's three simple steps.
So country of destination is it going to
Yes,
the
you have to
county
know
clerk?
after learning about the country of destination if they are a part of the Hague Convention or they're
Hmm.
not a part of the Hague Convention.
Yeah, I know that part already.
Okay,
I know. Y'all got to
so
understand that the
so
country of
let's say
destination.
for example, I'm going to use the where I'm descent of. I'm descent of Haiti and the
Okay.
Dominican Republic. Okay, Haiti is not a part of the Hague Convention, so most likely you'll be doing an authentication the DR is a part of the Hague Convention, and you'll be doing an apostille. It's just that simple.
So for the authentication, because the authentication had to be for the U.S. Department of State, right?
No,
So what would the authentication be for? What, for the state
you could
level?
do an authentication from your Secretary of State because
Ah, got
to
it.
use the U.S. Department of State is because the document is a federal document.
So what? So I'm confused. So what if
Okay,
the
let's
country?
say,
So if
for
the country
example,
is a
the person who needs their certificate of naturalization
hmm
certified, right?
hmm
So you would send those documents to the U.S. Department of State because it's a federal document.
right.
Only federal documents go to the U.S. Department of State. Everything else is the Secretary of State in your state.
What if the country is the document, the country destination is non-Hague?
Doesn't matter. Non-Hague,
Mm,
Hague. It's all about the wording. One is an apostille. Apostilles
hmm
is Hague countries, and non-Hague countries is authentication.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm
Th-
gonna have to get some more training, y'all.
no,
See
really.
that sounds
It,
it sounds
like I said, you're overthinking it because the process is the same. You just have to know who is the Hague Convention and who is not the non-Hague Convention. Also, if it's a federal document,
mhm.
certificate of naturalization, a U.S. passport, the U.S. passport card, you know that goes to the Department of State. I mean, how hard is that?
Because while I was doing the training, I was under the impression that documents, if it's not a federal document and it's a non-Hague, it would still have to go to the U.S. Department of State, and then that
No,
document would go to the embassy of that country.
no, that's not correct.
All right. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to stay in my lane, y'all. Stay
Listen,
playing sign as it is.
why would you cheat yourself? You know what you have to do actually?
What?
Go try to find a signing service you could do an apostille. Once you find one that you do the apostille, it'll take off in your brain at that point.
I've done a couple. I've done probably two so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, I need to get more under my belt because I definitely want to have a thorough understanding of this process. So, like I said, I'm not doing what I'm doing now, overthinking it and trying to figure out what steps are what I'm supposed to keep doing or whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
like
and
like I said, the person calls you. Okay, I need a birth certificate certified. Okay, people are not going to use the people that know how to use apostille and authentication, they're going to tell you apostille authentication. The ones that don't know and they want to do an apostille or authentication, oh, they need their birth certificate certified for international use. Then your next question is, what is the destination?
mm,
Once they tell you the destination, you go to your phone right away because you already have the website that has all the countries that are um, that they're either authenticate. I mean, they're either Hague or non-Hague because that website should be in your bookmark in your phone or whatever, and or your computer of some sort, and you look it up. And as soon as they say the country, like, okay, it's an apostille or it's an authentication.
mm,
When do you want to have this done? Uh, I need to have it done by 2 days. At that point, you're supposed to ask them, are they going to be traveling to the, 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 the country of destination? Yes. Okay. You know that you're going to send the documents to them. Well, the way it works in New York City, I don't know for all the other states, but here in New York, if the person is traveling to that country of destination, I have to call the Secretary of State to make an appointment because they don't do walk ins. After I finish making that appointment, they'll tell me right there on the spot when it can happen. Um, all as I'm doing all of that, they're gonna tell me, all right, I need you to email me the documents and the confirmation of the reservation that they made. And after all of that is done, they'll tell you, okay, the appointment is for so and so time. Come. At that point, when I come, those documents will be either apostille or authenticated right at the office. It takes no more than 15 or 20 minutes. If the person is not traveling, they have to wait up to 10 business days or 2 weeks for the process to happen. And that's non-negotiable for here in the city, in the state of New York. Simple. Now, your price. Go through, if you did one through a signing service,
Hmm.
you either try to charge maybe $50 more.
Are there signing services that offer apostilles? That offer to
Yes,
provide that service? I didn't even know that.
I'm doing one right now. They're paying me a good sum of money to do it. And the crazy thing is, the signing, I mean, the apostille, the client actually lives in Billionaires Row. Billionaires Row is a section in the city of New York.
Yeah.
It's between um, I would say 6th Avenue to about 9th Avenue on West 57th Street, like 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59th Street. All those streets and Central Park West. And the majority of people that live in that area are billionaires, or hundreds multimillionaire.
Right.
Hmm. So
Yeah, I appreciate you for sharing that, man.
absolutely is like I said, is nothing to it. It's the simplest thing. Um, Let me see if I could find that website that you could link up so people could copy it too.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please add that on there, please. Yeah, I definitely want to check them out. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, because I feel a little bit better about. Like I was a little. I think I was overthinking it, but again, when you've been taking L's, like I said, it's easy to overthink the process. But sometimes we need people, to just give us a reassurance, just lay out the basic steps on, just give us a foundation of what we can do, and then from there, it's just up to us to execute. So I appreciate you, brother, for coming on to share your wisdom and knowledge with us today. I'm not gonna hold you guys up for too long. I just wanted to come on here, just tell you guys why the importance of watching the course, getting the information ahead of time, so that way when you have an opportunity that does present itself, you're prepared for it and ready to close the deal. So that way we can continue to get that business and put more money in our pockets. Before we wrap up, as always, we got to plug in what we have going on. Sierra, let the people know what you have coming up and what they can expect from you.
Hey y'all, first of all, Oswald, thank you. That was an extreme amount of gems. So we appreciate you coming onto the stage and sharing that information from you on my side of the tracks too. So thank you.
Absolutely. If everybody go into the chat, you'll see the web address or where you can go to find out if a country is Hague or not.
Thank
On the
you.
ACCH, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, word. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Yes, as far as what's coming up, you already know the Wedding Officiant Academy. We're having our consultations and contracts with confidence masterclass next week. It is going to be at 7 o'clock. Use code TRICK. No, I'm sorry. Use code TREAT for $5 off. We were gonna do something different, and I was like, "This is too complicated. We're just gonna go with treat, and we're just gonna do $5 off." But definitely get in the building. You're gonna be learning from all three of us. We all handle our contracts different ways, but it's super important to have a contract in place, especially if you are providing, wedding services. First of all, it's a wedding industry standard, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. You actually look out of the ordinary not having one. So the best thing you can do for yourself if you are looking to add another, stream of revenue for your business is to come into the class next week, get some information. We're talking about consultations as well. So when you get them in the room, how to leave booked and send that contract immediately after. So that's that 2-part series that is going to keep you busy. So come check us out. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, but it's all weddings over here.
Let's go. Learn from me, y'all. Watch the course. Don't be like me. I don't know how much more I can say. But shout out to Tierra. Shout out to what y'all have going on. Um, Shout out to Womenomics Podcast. I was tuned in as well. I was tapped in the other day. It's a great podcast. I gotta mention that every week. What else we have going on? So I do have just uploaded the newest episode of the Stamper Podcast. Our guest was Sophia Martin. I had some video issues, so I wasn't able to upload the video up to YouTube. Very pissed off about that, but I do have the audio available. So make sure y'all check out the latest episode of the Stamper Podcast, where I have a conversation with Sophia Martin, how she went from notary signing agent to real estate investing, to a real estate investor. She's been really active in the real estate space, buying land. And I think she's also, I just caught her latest YouTube video. She's in the process of, I think, of construction as well. So she's in the process of getting everything set up. So make sure y'all check out the latest episode of the Stamper Podcast. It is on all platforms, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. What else we have coming up? Make sure. Oh yeah, I've been getting a lot of good feedback again on the estate plan signing course. It's been really dope to see a lot of the people that have actually got the course, and they've been out here booking business, looking at estate plan signings, asking me what to charge for witnesses, what to charge for couples or for single individuals that's setting up their trust as well. So that's been pretty dope. If that's a service that you want to start adding to your business, along with loan signings, weddings, whatever service that you offer, highly encourage you to get into the estate plan signing side. 67% of Americans do not have an estate plan set up or a living trust set up. So now would be a great time for all notaries to get into this space. It's very lucrative. Um, I think I have about 4 or 5 signings this week, mostly estate plan signings. So make sure y'all check that out. As always, check out the replays. Make sure y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Leveraging Your L's. It is available on Anchor as well. As always, I appreciate you all for tapping in with us. And until next time, see y'all next week.
Peace, y'all.
Absolutely.